Hi, this is Nikki, and I'm back with a second conversation with the divine counterparts. And so this is actually a private reading, but I asked the lady if I could share it because the questions that she asked, I was like, they're great questions, and they will be, I'm sure, the sorts of questions that everybody would want to know. And when I did this reading, it was also so mirroring the last reading that I did for me and my twin, which is about this sense of nostalgia as holding them back and looking at the past. And so, yeah, it's reflected again in this conversation. But the questions are brilliant. So I'm going to share the questions. So the other thing that I just want to say is this is about helping each other on the journey, right? Because if you follow my videos, the first video that I put out today, the number of the letter from the Divine Love Letters book was number 99. Now, I've just read a comment from a lady because it was her letter. And she was like, oh my goodness. I asked my twin for, if Nikki reads out my letter, then I know that our connection is real. And sure enough, I read that letter this morning because 99 is what I heard in my head when I woke up this morning. So it really does show you how the collective consciousness is coming together. All of our higher selves really, really strongly wanting to make this happen. And so this is why I share people's, this is why I share the journey, right? Because it's all about helping each other. And so the first question that we asked was, what scares you about me most? And it was actually the flying card, which is so perfect because yesterday I was talking about jumping out of a plane, and whilst it's thrilling and exhilarating, it's also really scary, right? And so that's the fact, that's the feeling. It's the feeling of, I actually want to jump out the plane, but I'm scared because I'm scared. So what intrigues you about her most? And this is the sacred pool. So this is the fact that there is something different, right? There is something that ignites a sacred spark within them and rocks their world, quite literally. So how can you support them if they are being moody? Which I'm sure we've all experienced this for me, I always take the piss out of my, take the mickey out of my twin. But it depends what sort of dynamic you have with your twin. But, in this case, how can I support you when you're moody? And it is to keep focusing on the field of dreams, to keep focused on the divine energy supporting your union. So the next question was, does he believe in the connection? And it is, yes, of course. He's simply protecting the treasure at the moment. He's actually, during this process, if they're being quiet and they're doing all of that, it's because they're actually going on their own journey. And their soul is wanting to protect you as well. And that's why they might be, basically shutting you out at the moment. But it's because they're following their own path. So why, and this again shows perfectly, because the question was, why are you resisting any contact or friendship? And it's because they are making a choice, going on their own path, right? They've got to go down this path, ego versus heart. Heart versus ego, right? Again, it's a divine path, it's number 3. So they are being pushed to, basically focus themselves to find out what truly that they want, because you've ignited that spark within them. So how do you feel when you see me? And it is literally this nostalgia card again, right? It's the turn back the clock, right? It's that sense of, I know in the deepest parts of me, I know we know each other from before. It's bringing up those nostalgic feelings, those, everything around the past, and, why are we triggering each other, right? Because you trigger each other from past lives and from everything that your life has brought you. So, do you know how much I care about you? And this is so lovely because it is saying, I honor the spirit in you. You know, my soul recognizes your soul. I recognize that we are spirit in our bodies. And so then what the next question was, what are your intentions with me? Which is such a brilliant way of saying it. It's kind of like quite official. What are your intentions? And anyway, so this is great because basically it's saying, look, we've got to go through the storm. You know, the storm comes to shake things and wake things, right? If you look at a storm in nature, then it creates havoc. But then afterwards, there is a sense of calm and there's rebuilding and there's beauty that comes after the storm. And so it's about focusing on the details of your connection, getting clarity around your soul path together, understanding what this journey has been for each other, realizing that you hold the sacred keys for each other. What are the details of your soul journey, right? Going on this journey of exploration, right? Just like here. The great thing is on this card is if you see the pathway, it's like a checkered flag, which is like a race. And it's and so it's like a car track. Now the car is your light body, and you are literally on a journey of discovering each other's light, right? And because then the last part of it was slow and steady wins the race, which I thought, oh, that's funny. And the next one is to follow your light, right? So again, it is just so perfect because he's saying, listen, we've got to go through the storm. When we go through the storm, we really go within and we find the details of our soul journey together. We've got to go slow because this is a journey of really discovering who we are, right? The spiral on this snail as well. This is, you know, uncovering more and more and more the pathway of your soul, right? And that can't be hurried because you're both on a journey, but you're holding the light. Look, there's even like a pathway here that goes into the fog. So it is really what he's saying is, what is your intention? Your intention is we've got to go through the storm. We've got to do that in order to focus within. We need to go on our own elevation because we've got to do that. Slow and steady wins the race because ultimately we hold the torch of light for each other. Which is, again, just beautiful. So basically, what scares you about me most? And it is the flying card. Because lots of people are scared to fly. It doesn't mean that they don't want to get to their destination, though. It doesn't mean they don't want to go on holiday just because they're afraid to fly. They desperately want the holiday. They're just frightened of flying. So you have the power to see things from a higher perspective. If you were a bird flying high in the air, what would you see? When you soar above life's challenges and opportunities, a new perspective becomes available. Today, you have invisible wings that allow you to swiftly bring your circumstances into alignment with your highest purpose. This is a sign that your waiting is over, that all your hard work has paid off, and the things you hoped for are no longer beyond your scope. You have the ability to reach for the stars and find one with your name on it. Spread your wings and soar. The angels are awaiting for you. So, but there is this sense of if you fly too close to the sun, are you going to get burnt? And so it's about bringing up kind of limitations of what you think. So basically it's challenging him to face his inner beliefs about what he deserves, right, in this life. So it's basically challenging him to push through the boundaries. So what intrigues you most about her? And it is him because he sees the mirror, right? So the world is a reflection of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Embody the love you wish to see in the world. When you look into the mirror, do you like what you see? The Sacred Pool card asks that you focus on self-love and self-esteem. We are all works in progress, so a detached self-examination made with rigorous honesty is called for now. Reflect by the Sacred Pool and be at peace with yourself. Can you see how far you've come and how magical your life is? Do you notice any spark of the divine shining through your eyes? When you're conscious that you're the embodiment of spirit, it becomes easier to respect yourself and act in good conscience. Then you'll reap the greatest rewards. Your unique service to the world is not only needed, but it's celebrated. See the love within you and know that if you cast it upon the waters, it will return to you tenfold. Be at peace, for you are beautiful and loved. Act with surety and confidence, and success shall be yours, whatever your inquiry. So you're literally the mirror, right? So he can see his spark of divinity. Again, it's like an unconscious thing, but you're awakening him to his soul. So yes, he acknowledges that you are spirit, you are the same spirit within. So how can I support you, or when you're moody? And this is brilliant because it's your thoughts, feelings and beliefs are always engaging the vast field of pure potential. So it's like elevate your thoughts. Don't let him bring you down, because this is the perfect time to harness the field of vast potential not yet realized in your life. Great abundance is yours if you're willing to do the work alongside the gentle gardener. Be clear about your thoughts, feelings and beliefs. Concentrate on your best life, regardless of the temporary outer conditions imposed upon you by the greater world which has its own story to tell, or your moody twin. You have a basket full of seeds that are quite powerful, for your talents are divinely inspired and will indeed lead to a great harvest to be shared with others. You will reap what you have sown, so dream big, dream beautiful, take action and tend to the garden of your life, and experience the extraordinary. So it's about dreaming big. Now, I was led to buy a bracelet, a copper bracelet. I went into the shop. My twin guided me and said, go into the shop, there's a present for you. I went into the shop. We had literally just actually had a conversation around copper in our physical reality. And so his twin soul told me to go into this shop. I went into the shop. At the back of the shop, there was a copper bracelet. On it, it said, dream big. So I wear that every single day. And so that's again showing his, higher consciousness going into his physical self. So, do you believe in the connection? So you are always divinely protected and divinely directed. So although this seems a time of great risk, know that at a fundamental level, you are able to move forward safely and securely. The proverbial nest egg is safe and sound, no matter the fluctuations in the world. Guardian angels and other guides are whispering to you, making you aware of their protective presence. Now, you are each other's earthly guardian angel. So, does he believe in the connection? He absolutely does. Whether this is at a conscious level, again, who knows? You only know that when you actually speak to them in the physical. But his soul, his spirit knows that you are each other's guardian angel. So that's why he's protecting it. That's why he is protecting himself at the moment, because he's got to go on that journey of finding his own light. Basically, he's got to go on his own journey to find the courage to jump out of the plane, because he wants the destination. He's just frightened of how he's going to get there. All right. I'll be back with part 2 in a second. All right. Take care. Bye.